What's up, everybody? You're tuning in to $1 Million Listing Los Angeles. We're talking Season 9, Episode 7, Zeppo Marx the Spot. Flag is showing off Zeppo Marx's house. David and James show off Evan's house. And we've got some special guests that we'll introduce in just a second. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey,
I didn't know we had this
I'll
song.
change it. I'll change it a little bit because it was mentioned in somebody's book that we have. What's up, guys? Welcome back. You're watching the $1 Million Listing After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, Erica Shannon. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss Airy Baby, and I'd like to introduce my co-hosts.
Hey everyone, I'm Nataly Tavidian. You can find me everywhere at Nataly Tavidian.
And I'm Nick Mardi, and you can find me Nick Mardi 13 and the latest late show on YouTube.
Yes, and I teased it a little bit in the beginning, but let's get right to it. He's responsible for the Beverly Park South sale of a one-bedroom for over $20 million. He's an alumnus of Syracuse University, where he played as kicker for the Syracuse University football team. He is the author of the book, It's Your Move, My $1 Million Method for Taking Risks with Confidence and Succeeding at Work and Life. She is a native of Las Vegas, Nevada, having been involved in over $200 million worth of real estate transactions. She's known for her integrity, loyalty, and professionalism. Not done. Together, they love Diego.
Power couple, everyone.
Diego,
Power
Lucky,
couple.
and Brady.
Yeah.
Last episode, we saw parts of their beautiful wedding. They are the soon-to-be parents and newlyweds. Please welcome Josh and Heather Altman.
Hello.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us, you
Yeah.
guys, and congratulations.
Yeah, excited to be
Baby
here.
girl on the way.
I hope
right.
that wasn't too long.
That was a lot. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a good
We
introduction.
had to get it all out
I
there.
know.
So I was teasing it on Twitter. I might have given a little bit away by saying we have 2.5. Had to throw in that in there. Might have given it away.
Yeah. But thanks
They
so
may have
much.
thought it was Brady.
It could
we
be
thought,
it. It
yeah.
could be it.
Yeah.
Brady
We
Bear.
actually thought that would have been very cute.
I was hoping Brady Bear would be here.
You know, I'm actually happy I didn't bring him because that drive was so windy that
He would have gotten sick.
One sick dog.
And actually,
Okay.
we're painting our house right now, and Brady walked into one of the rooms, and he has paint all over him.
Oh, no.
And we've been so busy the last 6 hours that we haven't gotten it off yet. So
Oh, no.
Okay.
yeah,
So do you have little paw prints all
Yeah,
over your
pretty
home?
much.
oh yeah,
That is so
Is it just
cute.
on one side? Or
Yeah,
yeah, it's
okay.
just one side.
That's
He-
awesome.
He
'cause
grazed
just,
the wall.
Yep.
With all the art in your house, it kind of fits in, though.
Yeah.
He's a piece now.
Yep.
His appreciation went up.
Heather, I love the photo of Brady on your wedding dress.
Oh my gosh,
That
was
is a beautiful shot.
it was so perfect, not planned. He insisted on being on my train at all times and just looking up at me. It was so.
I feel like that
amazing.
was the photo of the wedding.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
Oh no,
Sorry.
that's okay. I don't need it. But I feel like that's the one that people comment on the most.
Yeah.
All about Heather. You look
That's it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
We got
Very
him
beautiful.
staged by a 3-pound dog. So.
See, 3
Well,
pounds.
speaking of
Yeah.
upstaging, we'll get to your interview in a little bit if you don't mind. We'll just recap the show to start
And
off.
have you join us on this
Oh yeah, of
episode.
course. We'll be asking lots of questions. So let's start off with Josh Flagg and the Zeppo Marx house.
Yep.
He received this call from Bonnie, who saw that he listed and sold the house on Cannon for $7.5 million. So he called her over. What I remember seeing first was the very blue carpet. It reminded
looked
me
like
of
water.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
like an ocean.
I think it's a theme we're seeing with Josh Flagg this season is that the soft spot for historic properties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And not wanting to tear them down. That seems to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all his buyers seem to be old Hollywood. So they want the history and they want the collectors to buy the house rather than a developer.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any experience with older houses that don't want to be torn down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you're gonna see next week.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm not going to give too much away. One of the most famous houses in Hollywood. The pedigree of this house is off the charts, and that's what's going to be in next week's episode. I can't tell you any more.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of our listings, but it's awesome.
That's
But it's
awesome.
one of
good.
those we want to keep it historic and not tear it down.
Yeah, when you find out who
issues.
owns it, you don't want to tear it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Ah, now you've got me excited. I want to see next week already. But we also got to see
Elon.
Sorry.
Yeah, Elon came by, one
Yeah.
of your best friends and
Yeah.
developers. He was at the wedding, and we got
Yeah.
to see him.
Yeah.
And Josh Flagg get into a little tiff.
And then he breaks into the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? We sold an episode last year. We sold a house called the Dorothy Chandler Estate, which is they call it the White House of the West because 5 presidents have stayed there in the past. And we had sold it to somebody, and it's funny because you hear these stories now. Once you sell it, you move on. The house is the White House of the West. You don't want to mess with it. My guy that I sold it to decided to paint it like pink.
No.
Okay.
With gold columns, I think.
Yeah, whatever it was. All I hear is I see an article about it, how Hancock Park is up in arms over this.
Oh, no.
And you got to realize I sold it to a guy who does not care what anybody thinks because he's got a lot more money than you. And he did what he wanted to do. And it's so funny because you hear about this. The whole neighborhood had an issue with it, but he didn't care.
Did he tell you he wouldn't?
He told me he was going to do what he wants to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he lived up to it.
Hey, that's it.
Yeah.
It's his property.
I know. I mean, yeah.
And it's one of the. Is it the highest sale in Hancock Park or one of the highest sales?
That was the highest sale
It
ever
was
in
the highest
Hancock
sale.
Park.
So
Wow.
he thinks he owns Hancock Park now. He's entitled to do what he wants.
Hey, look, I wore my special socks for you guys.
Lucky
Oh,
socks.
I love it.
You like that? You
Very
can see
nice.
that.
Very
You
nice.
have to get your foot up really
Forget
high.
it. Not,
We're
not-
not there.
Not there yet,
not
you're
anymore.
right.
Post
Right.
it on our social media.
Not
Yeah.
a kicker anymore. I can't get it that high.
Oh, not a kicker anymore. Oh, yeah. That's what we'll get to a little bit later. We'll be talking about your book. Natalie
Cool.
and I have spent quite a little bit of time reading it.
Yeah?
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can tell.
It's
Very-
a pretty easy read, though.
Yeah,
no?
It
It
is.
is.
It took
I
me
feel
probably
like,
longer
Josh, I
than
feel like you're
anybody.
my mentor now because I feel like you were talking to me these last few days when I was reading this book.
I was. Actually, I'm here to check in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well then. Oh, no. Now I'm nervous. Because now you're going to be asking us questions.
You're gonna be
We're gonna
quizzed.
It's gonna be like
Totally
school
okay, you
all
can
over
quiz
again.
us. You can quiz us.
Yeah.
And I love what you do, Heather, with his suits. That's
What do I
great.
do with it? Oh, this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's
Can
this
we?
one say?
Do not hang up the phone until they buy or die.
I love it. So
That one's a little more intense.
yeah, I like it. I like it. And some of them say Heather's property.
Yeah.
Speaking of intense,
That's very sweet.
moving on to Evan with James and David, and that was a little bit of an emotional one because Evan told us that his house wasn't selling and that his wife had just overcome cancer, and they were expecting a daughter as well, and it affected David pretty hard.
And this is that property that David and James were basically broke into.
Yeah.
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 They were
And it was
walking
very
Is that a
emotional.
theme of the
I don't know. I'm kind of
episode
seeing that.
Yeah.
Have you?
I didn't get to
Watch-
watch all the way through.
We didn't watch. I never watched Flag, and I haven't gotten around to watching that one. I will, but the only scenes I've seen were the ones that my producer sent me of us. I haven't watched the episode besides our stuff, which is
And
funny.
I slowed down at Elon breaking into Flag's property. And
Yeah.
I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, we were
What
cracking up about
happened?
that.
You're like,
Yeah.
wait, rewind that.
Yeah,
Figure this
exactly.
out.
And then I saw the meeting with David and James' client breaking down, and it seemed really emotional and intense. So
That house is awesome, by the way. I know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
house
It's
very well,
incredible.
Have you viewed that house?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I showed it like a dozen times. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Josh knows.
I mean, of course. He has the key to the city.
He has to know. Of course he's seen it. He's seen them all.
Yeah.
Seen them all. It's-
Checking the MLS multiple times a day and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we hear how many number of times people check it a day. How many times do you check it a day? 12, 15, 20?
You know what? Not as much as I used to over the past decade. Now, the business model that I'm doing has kind of changed a little bit. I'm on it like 3 times a day.
Oh, that's not much.
I used to be obsessed with it. But, you know, you have all the MLS alerts, and Heather's on it multiple times
Yeah.
a day. But, you know, we have such a strong team now that I deal with only certain type of buyers, and I know exactly what they want, and it's not something that's going to pop up on the MLS. Yeah.
Always have a house to sell and a house to show.
yeah.
How am I doing, mentor?
yeah.
Told you we came prepared. So getting back into Evan's house, the $24 million that they reduced down to $19,950. Do you guys think that was wise to drop it about $4 million?
They had to.
Yeah, because it wasn't moving. It was on.
It was not moving. It had
the
been a
market
couple
for
months.
5
Yeah.
months.
And
Their
he was
boss
saying
told them to. You kind of have to do what your
they're
boss says.
losing $125,000 a month.
I think
Yeah.
150.
150.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Which
the
is
average
a
price
lot.
of houses I was selling in Vegas when I first started.
Yeah.
So-
Wow.
Oh yeah, super jump up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, $150,000.
$150,000 was the average sales price of houses when I got into the business in Vegas. So,
And they were like,
and that's his monthly payment.
yeah, what would be
That's
out here?
incredible.
The comparable for that, like
800.
800. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big jump.
And you started.
not a bad
you
way
started
to
out in
live.
Vegas like right after graduating, right?
Oh, yeah. I graduated a year early. I was 17, got my license, and I had to wait to turn 18 before I could officially legally start selling. So I got a mentor, followed around this woman for a while, went to her open houses, and hung out with her 24/7. And then finally, when I turned 18, I just started selling, and it's all history now.
Like right away, you knew that's what you wanted to do.
No, not
Okay.
exactly. My mom and I would go look at all the new track homes in Vegas on the weekends. That was kind of our bonding time.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked for my parents, and I thought I was taking over the family business one day. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're selling the house and moving to Florida. Bye."
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
"Oh, okay, thanks."
Okay.
So, I realized that one of my passions was looking at real estate, and I thought, oh, this will be easy. So easy. Just sit at a new house and people walk in and you sell it. That sounds fun. Not exactly what it is, but it's been great.
So you didn't do a bunch of other jobs until you fell into real estate.
No, I mean, I did, jobs through high school and little things to make ends meet during, establishing myself as a real estate agent. But I mean, I jumped into it right away. So
I'm all about the girl power. I know, Josh, I've dubbed you my mentor, but people need to know Heather's actually been in the business longer.
Yeah.
True. Have you been in longer than I have?
yeah, obviously we talked about this.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you've been on the show longer than I have.
I've done a lot of things longer than you,
Okay, all right.
but I'm younger than you. So
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, who's coming to who for advice usually?
Yeah, oh, you're right. You're the boss.
See, this is the girl power in me. I had to point it out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It used to be such a female-driven career, real estate, and now it's definitely much more male-dominated. So I love seeing more women coming into it and taking over.
Yeah. And I was going to say, Natalie and I joke all the time about how we need to get on the show somehow,
I mean, we love
some way.
watching the boys, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but we kind of want to see some more girl
Yeah,
power
some
there.
girl power.
show our listings. That's it.
I
We'll put you
mean-
on.
Okay.
I'll hint which ones we're filming.
Okay, perfect.
And speaking of girl power, you might have noticed that Nick had to step out for a minute, but he'll be back very shortly.
I think he was
he'll be
pretty
right back.
hot under those lights.
Yeah, it is. It's toasty in here.
It is.
Yeah, we have our studios. They vary with the weather. So
Oh, yeah, just like LA. Freaking 90 degrees yesterday. Now it's
It's
freezing.
not
chilly.
fall.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
I want to wear boots again.
I'm so excited.
love it.
A little chill, and I'm like, yay, I get to bust out the boots.
Oh yeah, you mentioned boots. That means we can talk about fashion and how Josh shouted you out in his book about having like 5 different pairs of shoes in your
Oh,
car
yeah.
and
You have to.
knowing how to curtail your style depending on the listing appointment or the client meeting that you're going on.
And you do have an entire chapter on just suits in there, but it's very different for women.
Yeah, it is. Well, what was interesting, so when we first got on the show, there was Madison, who was on the show at the time, or who was back now, but, he was like the flip-flops and shorts guy.
We haven't
And-
seen him. That's
Yeah, I'm so upset. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
we
haven't
have.
seen him?
We've seen him like once or twice this whole
Yeah, he's been
season.
on,
Oh,
like, 2
yeah.
episodes.
He's kind of just
Yeah.
like a
He's a fluffer.
a
He
fluffer.
announced I'm back, and we haven't seen much
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah. So we, and then there's Josh, who was wearing the slippers, and I was the suit guy, and it turned into this whole thing about suits, and it's true. It's a lot of, I don't want to say the success, but a lot of the things that have happened was because of always being professional, always being 110%, always being suited up, and
It's branding yourself.
yeah. Yeah.
Dress for the
Definitely.
job you want. Dress for how people want to view you.
You're walking billboards, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When you first showed up on the show, because I've been watching since the beginning. So when Chad left and you came on, I was like, "Who is this guy in this suit? Like this
Oh, yeah.
doesn't fit."
Oh, yeah.
And-
The LA.
Yeah, but I have to say I've warmed up to it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in the business myself, I find myself having to elevate my style a little bit.
sure.
Yeah.
He's actually toned it down, if you can see. He's wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've made a slight transition to more casual, but
Yeah, in
Still
my
dressy
older
and-
age now, my style has toned down a little. I got to tell you, under the lights when you're filming, and you're showing and running around at the houses, and you're suited up in like a vest and a jacket on top of it, it is so hot that I was like, this season, I said no more ties.
and it's
I
so
said I
tight.
can't do it.
It's them fitted so tight.
Oh, the suits, I can't even bend over. They're so tight.
You can't.
Speaking of running, we saw that with you on the San Vicente and Montana Avenue houses.
And that was a really
Oh,
hot
I love
day.
that
Yeah,
episode.
going
I
back
loved
and
how
forth.
go Josh was, and I was like glued to the TV, and you captured it so perfectly. It was like a back and forth running.
He
Wow.
purposely set it up that way so he had to work out for the wedding. You know, he had this goal, and so there was definitely motivation behind him doing it that way.
True.
Otherwise, he may have had Jacob driving him back and forth usually.
Normally I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say halfway through where you're like, "This is a bad idea."
Yeah.
Getting my steps in.
Yeah.
I love what Josh has in his book about your. You have 5 pairs of shoes in your car at all times, and
I
did
highly
that.
recommend it.
I did that when I worked in television news because I'd be covering a funeral and there would be a fire, and you can't go in a suit to
yeah.
fire, or you never know. You need to
Always
do
be
an agriculture
prepared.
story and crawl in mud. and
Yeah, exactly.
It-
You always have to be prepared.
It's the same thing in real estate. Yeah.
Both of you're in real estate
Yes.
and you're getting into it, and I think it's so important that you do that and always have like a little blazer, a little sweater, so that you transition throughout the day to meet each
Yeah.
client, because you know you get laughed at by men if you're meeting a builder and you're walking onto a construction site and 5-inch Louboutins and like a little dress, they're not going to take you as serious. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely catch their eye, which
Yeah.
is part of it, but then
But that's
you're-
not what you want
you're
in that
struggling
moment.
through
Right.
it. Yeah, you want to make sure that they take you serious, and then you're showing families, but then you go meet the bachelors, so you wear all hats, but always want to stay professional.
I think even though I'm not a realtor, I have to like bring 5 outfits with me every day because I go to the gym, I go to all the equinoxes around here, and then I go to auditions and I have to like maybe whatever role they want me to be doing, and so I have to have outfits. I don't get laughed at, but I just have to fit the part that they want.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fit in a little bit even though I'm not a realtor.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Sorry, I did one of those things. I feel like super relates to you guys in the show. I hadn't eaten anything all day, only caffeine.
Yep.
So I think he just hit me first time. And I was like, I don't think I'm ever
In
gonna
case
do that
viewers
again.
are wondering,
Yeah.
he's back and he's okay.
I was like, I messaged him like, cause I told her when we were viewing, I was like, I hadn't eaten anything all day, and she saw me with my energy. I had more
Yeah, you chugged
caffeine.
that.
Yeah.
I know I was worried when we were driving over here because now I have to have snacks with me all the time. And I realized I don't have my almonds or my Think Thin bar with me, and I was like, I'm so hungry. I don't know if I can last through
I think it's
this.
silly for me, cause I know
We'll
I'm
get
not
you
even
out, Heather. We'll get you out quick.
That's the new tip for you.
got
Always
some
carry something like that.
Popcorn. Is it possible we could get Heather?
Oh, no, it's
you
okay,
good? Okay. Okay.
We'll go out to dinner.
The adrenaline
We
kicked
do
in.
have
You gotta
that.
tell us
Yeah.
where to go after.
Because I know it's funny, even I feel like saying that, because y'all are hustlers. I mean, what I think I do, I'm like, I'm tired. Maybe it's not anything compared to what y'all do, because we see what you guys do, and it's a ton.
Oh, I just took the funniest video of Josh today. He was setting up for a photo shoot, running from room to room.
A house photo shoot.
Yeah, a house photo shoot.
Okay.
Prepping the house for photos and basically staging a house that people lived in, and he wanted pillows from a certain room and a different room and just running all over, and then we have to reshoot a certain room because the lighting got turned
I take
better.
pride in our pictures of our properties. And a lot of agents will walk in and they'll just let the photographer shoot the house.
Yeah.
That's not how we roll. We walk in, I stand behind the photographer, I look through the lens, I see what I like, what I don't like. I'll take a whole room apart, shoot the room, then put it back together.
You don't have time to review the photos and then have them come back maybe to get another shot.
No.
You just
Oh,
want to
no,
get it
you
done.
gotta
I
do
know.
it then.
And then they'll give us a bunch. We'll cut half of them and throw them away, and we'll pick out the ones we like. But we take it very seriously. All of our properties, you'll always see
First impression
looking
is everything.
That sounds like me and
Yeah.
Tinder. Yep. Just first impression, swipe, done. I don't like what I see on the lens,
love it.
done.
I was
We
gonna
never
say,
got to that point. We were already so into our relationship. I think 3 years at that
we
point. So we
missed
missed that.
Tinder.
Oh.
Lucky y'all. The
Thank
girls know
goodness.
I
You'll
always
never
plug
know.
I was
myself.
gonna say hashtag
Single
plug yourself
every time.
single week.
Yeah, the owner of Tinder lives on our street,
Oh.
and I would have. I know my brother at one point thanked him probably,
Oh.
but I didn't get to experience.
You know, you're the only one who does it with photography for the house, and you and the brother and I, we're the ones swiping.
We'll have him here in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yep.
it's gonna be a really great time.
Yeah, he's actually in Washington D.C. right now. He just spoke at the NAREP convention, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. I think he spoke to like 300 people today.
That's
and so
amazing.
he'll be back.
It's amazing seeing y'all going to all these events and speaking. You're flying across the U.S. and world yet? Did I miss that? Okay, so world.
Australia. He did a 10-day tour in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, like it's amazing to do that and have your listings and you're checking on everything. And then I guess are you with him or are you checking the MLS?
Sometimes.
Because it sounds like you're with the MLS.
I'm the go-to. No,
That's
I hold
it.
down the fort a lot of times now when they leave, especially now that I'm pregnant. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Heather
stay
and the
back."
Altman brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
no,
Altman brothers and Heather. Yeah.
she's our biggest closer. There's no question about it. We're all over the place. We got season 9, which we're finishing, but we're still taping right now. We still have about another 2 weeks.
Okay.
We got, we'll always have 400 million in listings or so that we're trying to move, and speaking engagements around the world, and potentially doing another book,
Flipping
thinking about
houses.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it used to be $1 million a day.
Yeah.
Has it gone up? I haven't
No,
seen anything about
it's
it.
about the same.
Okay.
It's about the same. We have more listings, but that means nothing
Yeah.
until you sell them. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Josh, what do you like most about mentoring?
So I got really into speaking and doing these speakings, the speaking circuit over the past year and a half. And my favorite part is having people come up and say, listen, I got into real estate because of you, or what you said, just, I can't believe it. I was in that same situation. You've given me hope to continue because the first year has been horrible for me, or this or that. That's what keeps me going with that, is kind of my way of giving back. Look, I've accomplished a lot in my career in real estate, and if it ended tomorrow, I can look back and say, man, I crushed it and did everything I wanted to do. And so now the next chapter of what we're doing is really coaching and mentoring, and allowing other people to hopefully get as much joy out of it as we did.
I also think because you also had a mentor, I had a mentor. It was so important to establishing myself and just having someone there to talk to and witness how they do things, and it's nice to be able to.
Yeah, it's important.
Because others
it
were there
forward.
for you
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
process.
And that's
Definitely.
what that's what we put in the book. I mean, I left it all out in that book of the ups, the downs, my learning
The embarrassing
experiences.
moments. You
Yeah.
didn't leave anything out.
Yes, it was just like the
wanted
show.
to. I convinced him to put it in.
I know, I wanted to, but like the show, it was, look, we're either gonna go big or go home. When we first got on the show, I was like, all I'm gonna do is sell houses. I'm not gonna let them see my private life. And you realize very quickly.
And now you're both here.
Yeah, you realize that people want to see your real life, not just you closing a deal. Like, there's nothing interesting about that. And so we decided very early on, listen, we're gonna do this. We'll just pull back the curtain and let everybody see
It
everything.
worked out for me because then he had to really be on his best behavior while we were dating. There was cameras there,
Yep,
captured
all the time.
The
everything.
cameras are
Yeah.
going to get it. Speaking of being mentors, what kind of parents do you see you guys being?
I already know because we have 3 dogs, and I already see how that goes down. Josh gives in all the time. The dogs, I'll discipline him, and then he runs over and he's like, "It's okay.
Oh.
Here's a treat." I'm like, you can't do that.
So you're going to be the discipliner?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
You already know. That's how it's going.
Listen, I yell enough at work. When I come home,
You just want chill.
I want to hang with my little dogs and my little daughter and Heather, and I'm just the total opposite.
Well, and especially with a little girl around, he's not going to have it in him whatsoever to
True.
discipline a little girl.
It's
True.
gonna take that one look where she's just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's
I'm going to
it.
train
You're
her to
done.
say daddy first. I know what's up.
that's adorable.
But speaking of next steps and houses and everything like that on the show tonight, we saw that you were shopping around for your new house.
That
That
was so stressful.
episode.
Just the memory of it is enough for Heather.
They
I
played it
deal with
cool.
this every 2 years with him. It's just a reoccurring theme.
2 years. I feel like it's every year.
About a year and a half, I guess.
Yeah, that was really, really stressful.
And that's how
Heather-
we started.
Yeah, I mean, Heather and I are very particular clients, and probably
I would never work with myself.
yeah, that's for sure. But we found our dream home. We're super excited. We've been there for about 6 months now.
And he showed it yesterday.
Oh, wow.
No, no. You
was
heard
gonna
it
say-
here first, everybody.
That's how we got in this mess.
Well, did you?
45,000
What is
a
it selling
a month.
for at this point? What are you trying to? Because I remember you saying it was 8, and you were trying to make it to 13 with the renovations that you were talking about.
Yeah, so we ended up picking it up for what was it,
6425.
6425.
Thank you.
There you go. And
Erica's on it.
Yeah, we've been there for 6 months. We've done a bunch of changes. I'll probably put it on for 10 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I found really interesting is that you don't like to negotiate for yourself. What's the story behind this? This is what you're both so great at.
No, I like negotiating.
You like negotiating for yourself.
myself. He does not like to negotiate for himself. He just doesn't want to deal with it. I don't know what it is, or if it's just like, I've got better things to do. I'm going to focus on my business. Like, here, what's the price? I'll pay it. I'm like, no, don't do that.
She has
I get
like
so mad.
so cars. I love cars, and I buy a lot of cars. And she flips out because I'll walk in and I'll get sold so hard because salesmen get sold hard. That's salespeople get sold hard, and I just never fight with that stuff because I fight all day. I talk about this. I fight all day long, saving people money, and it's like with my own stuff, I don't want to deal with the stressor. I just buy it. So it really bugs out.
It's really funny to hear.
Crazy.
Because in the show,
face,
like,
you always
"No, this is
argue, I want to
us."
save my, client's money,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
you yourself, you're like,
I
whatever.
work too damn hard for what we have.
Like
It's
I'll fight for a week
Yeah.
for like 10,000 off of $7 million house and try to get the couch thrown in. Just like the most minimal, non-important stuff, but for me, it's just I want to.
What are you thinking, Heather? Say
It
it.
just kills me. Or if we sell something personally, and then he's like, "Oh, you know what? Why don't I throw this in and this in?" I'm like, "No, I could have sold that to him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah, it's
separate
really-
yourself and treat yourself as your
Yeah.
client.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when we have listing appointments together, it works out better for the client to deal with Josh than me. I'm a little harder.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's hardcore. She's the boss with that, for sure.
Mini Josh.
For sure. Yeah.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Mini Heather. Hashtag Mini Heather. Can we talk about the wedding? I know it was last
Oh,
episode,
yeah, of
but I
course.
cried. It was so
Yes,
beautiful.
Of course, I could talk about that for the
all
rest of my
day.
life.
It was beautiful. How big was it? We were trying to figure out how many people were there.
We had 83 guests.
Okay, that's a good size.
It was a good size. We aimed for 60, but it's just not possible with plus ones and different things. So wanted it under 100. 83 was great. It was intimate. We had a 4-day celebration. So, everyone got to know each other. We got to see everyone. I didn't feel like I was rushing to catch up with each person the night of the wedding.
You
so that
enjoyed
was
your
nice.
wedding day.
Oh,
We
I
saw familiar
enjoyed
guests, too.
Every moment.
Damon.
That's
So-
amazing.
And we saw Elon.
Yeah.
And your parents, obviously, that we've seen on the show several times.
Yeah.
What is the relationship with Damon?
With
How-
Damon?
Yeah, how did that come about? Like, we just saw him pop in, and then we saw the Ford. Like, it was a big. We saw him at the book signings and everything like that.
Yeah, we originally just did a deal together. We're very similar, and we're kind of both known for doing the same thing at this point, for negotiating and buying, into ideas and companies and creating stuff. And honestly, we're kind of like the same person, but he's a New York guy, I'm an LA guy. We hit it off. We have a great time hanging, and I feel like we see him all the time.
And his girl's name is Heather also.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
They
it
just
works
had a
out.
baby
And they just
girl.
had a baby.
That's
Oh,
he's,
wow.
cute.
yeah, he's a family friend at this point. And, I look up to him. And, I always ask, he's been in the game a lot longer than I have. And I call him up for advice and all that stuff. So I safe to say he's one of my mentors and one of the people that I bounce my ideas off of.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry for the side tangent. I was just really interested because we see him everywhere. So.
Yeah,
That's
no,
part
for
of
sure.
it.
For sure.
But speaking of the wedding, we only saw parts of it. And I remember you wrote in your book about the cancellation the first time and how it was more so for the two of you. Is that why you chose not to show that much? Or because we saw, for instance, Ryan Serhant, he had like a whole special or a couple
And
episodes.
we popped a bottle here last
Yeah.
week for you too.
Yeah.
I
We're
saw-
really excited for the wedding episode.
That's how we are here right now.
Yes.
Really?
'Cause I saw it when I was on a plane back from New York because we were doing press in New York.
I tweeted you.
And I was looking, and I saw it, so I liked it, and then you tweeted me, and here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how fun.
Rest is history.
Thanks for celebrating.
Yeah.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Yeah, no, I think
Erica brought the bottle.
Oh,
I mean, we had to do a big
next time
time.
we'll have to toast after I have the baby.
I
Yes.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, you know, we went down a wedding path before, and we learned a lot of what not to do. So this time around, we decided to definitely keep things a little more private if we were able to, and also for our guests to have that kind of fun with us and be able to let loose and enjoy. So
Yeah.
you know, we wanted to share as much as possible, but still have, you know, some things that were just for us. And
Our show was incredible with the way that they hid everything. In our actual wedding, I mean, you didn't see a camera anywhere.
I had no clue that they were there.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
That's
with
incredible.
trees, like
That is
branches on their
incredible.
head, like, you know,
Blending.
blending
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
And it
they
was
were
very important for us.
respectful, which was
That's really nice.
meant so much to me because
Yeah.
I was already so nervous, and then thinking you were gonna have not only Bravo there filming, but then your own videographer. So I was like, it's gonna be overwhelming with so many TV cameras everywhere. And you know, for me, I'm used to it to a certain extent, but then for our guests too, it was really important for me that they enjoy themselves and didn't feel like they had
Yeah.
to be stiff and uptight and couldn't eat. You
It
know?
was a
Yeah.
perfect week. We went in early. We got a bunch of stuff taken care of while we were there, but otherwise it was like a 4-day
Like
affair.
selling a house.
I was gonna say during
Yeah,
your
well,
photos.
that was so that
Yeah.
I
that was
love
all
that.
great because that negotiation ended just in time, so it was good.
And
That
happened
was
at
the
the
cutest.
perfect moment.
That was the cutest. I think that whole said
Yeah.
so much about
It
the
was
two
fun to
of you.
watch.
It was so
no,
cute.
I wanted to kill him. It was our engagement shoot, you know, to get comfortable with our photographers and, you know, just have another fun photo shoot. And then he does that. Like, really? You're going to ruin these pictures?
We've been so busy, we haven't even picked the pictures yet.
No.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
And this is what, 6
But
months
we had
later?
time to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like I said,
No time to waste.
There might be always.
did I say we were busy? I meant we were getting busy.
Love sound effects. Thank you. But speaking of those pictures, you haven't picked them yet, but do you think in a couple years you'll look back at them and be like, oh, remember what we were talking about during this
Oh,
photo
yeah.
shoot?
Definitely. I mean, you can see it in some of the photos. I'm like, I was telling you right then and there, you're crazy. That's not happening.
Oh yeah, I just want to. I told the producers, like, we got to do more in Aspen because when you have a backdrop of those mountains, no matter what you say, it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
And it was just it was so cool to see just the show in another location and doing
Well,
it.
it also helped that we had access to his parents' wardrobe to do the photos. I mean, it was so Western and so cool.
Yeah.
It was cool look.
That was his
Yeah.
parents'
Yeah.
wardrobe.
Oh yeah,
Oh, his
What?
mom is a little fashionista, so her and I are.
That's right.
they are so country now. By the way, I mean, you know, we grew up in Boston. They're opposite of country, but man, with the cowboy
I
hat
love
collection
country.
and
I was.
everything.
I'm definitely a little country. My
I
dad
love that
wore,
you're-
For sure.
Yeah, my dad wore cowboy boots every single day and Levi jeans, and I was in rodeos when I was younger. So
Nice.
going back to my roots.
And I saw on your social media you're watching the CMAs while
Oh yeah.
a lot of other people were watching. What was the, you know, what was going on in the
Oh.
World Series? That
Yeah,
other thing.
that other thing.
That other
Yeah.
thing people were
Yeah,
watching.
definitely. No.
Me in the other room.
Exactly.
The CMAs were awesome. I had to watch
Uh-huh.
it twice.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Both cheering for maybe
Yes,
two
it was
different
so good.
reasons and trying to outdo the other.
I was surprised that it wasn't one episode. I was saying a lot while we were watching it. I was surprised that the wedding wasn't just its own special episode.
But I get it. They
Yeah,
need
it
their
makes sense.
privacy.
We,
We talked about
well,
that
I mean,
here. We
like you were
wanted to
saying,
see
the
more.
backdrop. You told the producers there's so much to film.
We were very, very happy with the way it came out. It was the perfect amount for us. We stopped caring what people in the world think about stuff years ago and we were happy with it. We love it. And that's it. We could have done an episode or 2 episodes. It was just, but what? Like, you want to see more drama? You want to, like...
We already had enough
I'm
drama
curious. I
for
don't know.
when we
I mean,
canceled
it
our
was
wedding.
like-
We didn't need any more than
No,
that.
we
so.
loved it.
Yeah.
We
We
loved
had a good
it.
5 minutes of the cutting of y'all arguing about the price during the
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
That I was like, there's got to be a little bit more here.
Hello, what about the tossing the salad scene?
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit
It
of
was
your...
so funny. We really, I mean, when we talked to camera, they never used that footage. So Josh thought for sure that footage would never be seen, that it would be buried and they couldn't use it.
If something
my
happens
gosh,
and
we
I don't want
died.
them to use it, I look straight at the camera and I'm like, you can't use this. And because then obviously they're not going to break the wall of TV and
Not
you know.
obvious
And
anymore.
edit it in.
Oh no, now with Teen Mom, they've completely broken that wall down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be careful.
And your father-in-law's a smart man. He gave some good advice.
Yeah.
He's a very
Oh.
smart guy, and the show this year we're very happy with, and we're excited to see. You know, we only see the episodes like 3 days before you guys, and we're excited for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
especially with the baby.
Yeah, there's some fun footage coming up of us finding out and the sex and all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to see all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You did the cake reveal.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, everybody. Cake reveal.
It was fun. I wanted to do something, that was a little not different because everyone's done the cake reveal, but fun for the whole family. And then obviously I'm pregnant and hungry.
I was gonna say cake.
Yeah.
Why not
good.
cake?
Hello.
It ends with cake.
Yeah.
And who did you have there? Is it your family? Is it a spoiler to give? I don't know. I don't know what you can and can't say
You gotta
right here.
watch.
We gotta watch
You
to
gotta
figure
watch,
out the
'cause
cake
it's
episode.
That's good enough.
It's good.
That's
yeah.
good enough.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you one question, Josh. You mentioned a couple of songs in your book,
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls, which we started the show with,
Yeah.
and Eminem. What do you have on your playlist right now? Anything surprising or?
You know what? That was when I used to listen to music. I'm so damn busy.
I was going to say, I don't know if he's had
It's
a
the
chance
phone.
to update
It's the
it.
phone the whole
It's the
time.
phone, but so I just got a new car that's a convertible, and I put the top down and I drive around and I have silent for like a few minutes that I
That
just
sounds
love.
amazing.
That's
And
your
that's
piece
it. Yeah,
during
that's
the
my
day.
piece. So
You
I
better
stopped.
cherish that.
I stopped
That's going
listening
out
to
the
music.
door very soon.
I love, I love house music. I love rap music, but I just don't listen to them anymore.
He loves Harry Connick Jr. too.
Oh yeah, we were just
Yeah.
on Harry Connick Jr.'s show. That was
We
fun.
saw that. That looked like fun.
That was good.
We had a blast. Yeah, we had a blast.
We
That
like
was
some
cool.
old school stuff. We listen to Frank Sinatra on Friday nights when we do family dinner. So
That was
awesome.
our.
Set in the
What was
mood.
our song that we danced to after we got married? Our first dance.
Oh my gosh.
Sinatra. It was, but I forgot the name of it. But we danced to a Sinatra
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Have you
Well,
narrowed down names?
You
For the
know,
baby.
we thought we were having a boy, and we picked the boy's name instantly. I mean, I didn't. He did. There was no battling him.
Was
on
it Josh Jr.?
Yeah, no. We're into ourselves, but not that much.
No.
It could have been.
And then we found out we're having a little girl, and a little girl's name. It's a lot more difficult, I think, to find a girl's name. So we have our top 5 choices, and every day we kind of play around with using each name differently, like
I think
yelling
we
in
ch-
the
It's a
back
tough
seat
choice.
and talking to her and
Aw.
different things.
I think we
using
got
as
it.
a
I think we
dance.
got it at this
I think
point.
so.
Okay.
But we're not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting, man.
We'll find out when we find out.
Do you find yourself starting to hang out with more married couples with kids, or is it still your
Oh,
regular
yeah.
friends?
Well, all my girlfriends, all of us got pregnant in the same year. So I have one that's about to deliver any minute. I mean, she was due last Friday, and then I'm the last one out of all of us here to pop out a baby. So it's great because I'm getting all their hand-me-downs because they're all girls. And so now we're going to do all these fun mommy and me classes and dance classes at the house with all these women, and he's going to have to join in.
Yeah.
Yay, Josh.
Throwing pillows in the
That's what he's
background.
thinking right
One
there.
pillow from one room to
Yeah.
the next. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, we
It just
can't wait
got
to
real
see it
hot
all.
in here.
Well, thank you guys
Yeah.
both so much for joining us. Do you want to join us in our predictions?
Yeah, let's get into predictions.
Ooh.
All right, let's do it.
We make it fancy for you guys.
This is fun.
What are we doing?
So, who wants to start? Anybody?
I need to think for a second.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go with my cheesy predictions and say that the newlyweds will have a very good first year, maybe with a baby on the way. Who knows? Let's just start with
That's
that.
easy.
I don't have any prediction. I'm excited for this season. It's been a great season. It's really captured the job of real estate. You know, along with all the drama that we love to watch, it's really captured.
After you saying you collect cars, I'm kind of interested now to see if you make him sell some of the cars, and then you have to buy a baby car, like an Escalade or something. I don't know what you guys' choice will be, but that's pretty good one, right?
Wow.
Right? It could happen.
No, maybe.
I'm just saying it's
That was
possible.
pretty good. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I feel like some cars are gonna be sold because the way you just said that, he likes to buy cars. I was like, oh, we're getting an Escalade, an X6, something that's big enough.
Any
Yeah,
predictions?
something like that.
Anything from you guys? Even about
Well,
Flag or David and James?
It's
Or
kind of cheating. I mean, I kind of know everything. So do you with the show.
what are you guys excited
yeah,
for
let's go
us
that
all
way.
to see?
Yeah.
What do you think, baby? I've gotten more and more excited for people to see our home life and who we are when we're not in the crazy field of real estate. And I think this season you see that more than anything else for us, and I think that's why people feel like they can relate to us.
Yeah, I think this season really has captured who we are. And so it's fun for the audience to now see that and really get to know us, which previous seasons I feel like it was a little one-dimensional in a way. And so, I love that.
Yeah, I think we were talking to the other people about how James, we got to see his kids, and then we got to see David and everyone, and
yeah, I think
also
they did
Flag.
a really good job this season on peeling back the layers of everyone. So, we're not all crazy workaholics. I mean, we are, but we still have a little fun.
There's
and
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our relationship. Because
Yeah.
we push each other nonstop, but we have a lot
Really?
of fun. We like to mess with each other. We prank each other.
We're so silly together.
We are really funny, and
Oh, Josh. Oh, wait. The UFC video from that guy that just won. What's his name?
Conor McGregor?
Yeah. So at the.
Oh no.
So.
I'll kill you if you do that.
I won't show him the video, but his thank you speech at the end.
Yeah.
How he says, "I want to apologize to absolutely nobody," and goes off, and the crowd
Yeah, it
goes
was
crazy.
pretty baller.
That was
So-
so baller, right?
baller.
So Josh
Pretty much
was
the coolest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Josh was super inspired and also super drunk. We went to dinner. And,
Well, she can't drink because she's pregnant, so we got a bottle of wine.
we got a bottle of wine. So
We got a bottle of
he
wine.
doesn't normally drink wine, but all of a sudden
Right.
he has this new taste for wine, which I love.
It was a long
has to
day of
drink it all.
filming.
Long day of filming. He drinks a lot. We come home. I show him this video, and he starts to enact the
Yeah, I enacted it out.
and he totally botched it. Got it so wrong.
And I was in my underwear. 'cause-
And he's in his Calvins. And
Yeah,
he's
nobody can see
wasted.
that.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
I,
say,
I
that's
didn't know
why.
I was being filmed because she was in bed and she had the camera just right there, and she's like, "Honey, do the thing." And so
And then I sent it out on a mass text to my entire family.
Yeah.
My grandma, my cousins, my aunt, my mom.
and then I made her call all them and say, "If you send it out, you'll be disowned."
Oh, sheesh.
That
Which
means-
I understand. Which I
No.
understand.
That means it was a good video.
It was really
good
good.
job.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Maybe we'll show you when the cameras are off.
Deal. Deal.
Well, on that note, let everybody know where you can be followed on social media.
I'm the Heather Altman.
The Josh Altman on Instagram, and all the rest of the stuff. I don't know, just look us up. I don't even really like doing all that stuff. So
Oh no, he's so into Instagram.
Instagram I like. Instagram, the rest is just like, it's like, oh, I gotta do more stuff.
Extra things.
Yeah.
There's too much.
Too
There's
much.
just too much out there.
Too much. So.
I
Nick?
post better photos of the dogs, so follow the Heather Altman.
Okay.
Yeah, true, for sure.
Deal.
Nick, where can everybody
I'm
find
Nick
you?
Mardi, and you can find me at NickMardi13.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm Nataly Tavidian. That's Natalie with a Y. Tavidian.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, I'm your host, Erica Shannon. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss Airy Baby, on Instagram at the Erica Shannon. That's Erica with a C. And check out my Views Day, which is Tuesday. I go on Caravan and show off what I see. Don't forget to comment down below and follow us on YouTube and iTunes. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.